Verify if we can.
Okay. Hi.
Honey, we live?
It says we're live. We're live.
We need 10 seconds of delay. Hi, guys. We're back.
Testing. Okay, guys, we obviously have been on hiatus for a little while. Original Guide to Spooky, OG. Here we are. Hi. We know you missed us. You know you love us. So, yeah. Everything has been so crazy this year because Spooky, as we know, is in Tampa, and everything has been insane the past few months for everybody. So us as well. Before we get into anything else, let's just do our disclaimer in case anyone is new out there. Okay, let's just, let's see. If you are easily offended, go away. Because
shit, piss, fuck.
Yeah, we say lots of bad words. We aren't necessarily politically correct, so put the kids to bed. And just for the record, this is a fan-run webcast. We are not Spooky. We are not compensated by Spooky. We are not voices in Petey's head. We are from the fan perspective. This is from vets that have been doing this show for years and years and years. So everything is from our perspective. Do not hold them responsible for any stupid shit we may say. As always, the official information.
Sex with PD for tickets.
Hey, speak for yourself.
I mean, I'm just having sex with him, but I'm not getting tickets out of it.
Then I guess we need to call our congressman. But yeah, just so you know, put the kids to bed. Anything for official, please go to officialspookyempire.com, their Facebook, their Twitter, their Instagram, so on and so forth. Again, if you are easily offended, right there. Okay, so yeah. Before we get into what we're drinking and everything, let's say hi to everybody here since we got a Brady Bunch thing here. Sabrina, hi.
Hi.
And then, of course, there's, Mike in the background doing a sexy dance. Is that a sexy interpretive dance? Yeah.
That's a sexy interpretive dance?
Oh, wait, we got the shirt off and everything. Oh, wait, hold on. We gotta see this full screen.
Whoa.
Where'd he go?
Happening right now.
He ran away.
Oh my God. What a puss. All right. So anyway, and wait, I think hold on a second. You'll have to forgive us because I am working on the format here. This is a new format. And of course there's, Sexy Mikey. Yeah, anything can happen during this webcast, okay? So, let's see if I can do this right. Robbie, hi.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Dude, look at everything you got in the background. You got pumpkin carvings. Looks like you're set to go.
Oh my God, this room is a fucking disaster, and this is literally the only corner I was able to find. Like, hey, there's not a million fucking things around me, and there's still, hey, look, there's Boris.
Of course. Always Boris. Damn it, Boris.
Damn it, Boris.
Damn it, Boris. And then while we can't see his photo for some reason, let's take a look at what Rob's icon is there. I don't know if that's LL Cool J or...
Sad. YouTube decided I was too pretty to be broadcasting. So this is all you're getting.
Yeah, that I don't know. Is that Nelly? I'm not really sure what that is.
I don't know. It's a SpongeBob SquarePants enthusiast. That's all that matters.
Okay, that works, I guess. So yes, and you've got me. Hi, Demi. Mike, shut up. All right. So the first thing that we always do, because we may be inebriated during the broadcast, everybody is drinking something. So Kilo Kai rum and Coke right here. Kilo Kai, I highly recommend it. So, what are you guys drinking?
Red wine,
Fireball, and Coke.
I'm drinking a 500-year-old brandy that was actually found aboard the Queen Elizabeth II. It's a shame you can't see it. The color is rich of a dark amber gold you could possibly see. Really, words can't describe it, but it's divine.
He's in rare form tonight. So yeah, Sabrina has Fireball and Coke, which wow. And red wine. Of course, she's got to be this. Robbie's got to be the snobby one.
Well, we were drinking games earlier, but I figured I have to switch because otherwise I won't make it through the webcast.
Yeah, is it like with liquor before wine, beer before liquor? I don't remember.
Liquor before wine, it'll be fine.
There we go. Okay, good. All right. The first thing before we get into anything, what we want to go into, this show is it's dedicated to Matt Baldwin. who we all knew, we all loved, a very integral part of Spooky Empire. Spooky Empire would not be where it is now without Matt. And Matt, I mean, what can we say? I mean, does anyone have a Matt story that they want to share, or just a memory, or?
Yeah, you know, I volunteered for a really long time, and he was such a huge guy, and like he always kind of intimidated me a little bit. So I never really, I was like always kind of like scared to like ask him things. But I would you know, just running errands or whatever, I'd be like, hey Matt, excuse me, hi, hey, because he was just like such a huge guy, and I was like, I don't know, he looks kind of like, you know, intimidating, or like I don't want to bother him or anything. But I heard such great things about him, so. You know, integral part of putting together Spooky Empire, that's for sure. Because I remember him, you know, just putting the show together. It's such a massive show. So I know for sure he's going to be missed by everyone at Spooky Empire.
Oh, yeah. Well, Rob, I know you probably got to have a Matt story, don't you?
You know, it's funny. I never actually knew Matt that well. But there was one, like the one time the first time I met him, it actually wasn't at Spooky Empire. It was a different convention up in Jacksonville. It was a show called Cult Fiction Drive-In, and he was basically there observing on behalf of Spooky, and it was just funny because I remember like we did sit down, we did chat for a while, and we talked about everything that particular convention was doing right and what they were doing wrong, and unfortunately most of it was what they were doing wrong. But that's actually kind of the role he played with Spooky. He was one of the people who could actually go up to Petey and just really get Petey's ear and say, you know, these are the things we should be doing. This is what we're not doing well enough. And I know Petey did listen to him too. He really took his words and advice to heart. And that's a guy who we're all going to miss.
Yeah. You know, and that's a really great point that Rob brought up, is that, you know, Petey has been doing this a very long time. Obviously, he knows what he's doing. He's been doing this convention for almost 20 years now. He's done all sorts of club promotions and such beforehand. So he's an old hat at this. But the one person that he would sit down and listen to was Matt. Absolutely. I was lucky enough to not only know Matt from Spooky, but I would run into him at other conventions around the country, whether it was Mad Monster Party, it was Dragon Con, it was Frightmare. Matt was always there. And it was funny because it's like Matt was a very big guy. He had this long hair that he was very, very proud of. And he used to wear it in this wonderful braid that he did all the time. So we always had this inside joke that if he came up to me, you know, he would come up and hug me from behind, since I don't like people touching me. Or if I'd go up and I'd tug on his braid. And it's just, I am going to miss just seeing that famous braid everywhere and just tugging on his braid. And I don't know what I'm going to do without it. But I mean, from what I understand, and this is not confirmed, but there's going to be something very special for Matt, for those of you Spooky family to remember Matt properly at Spooky. So I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, Sabrina, I mean, I don't know if you and Mike have a story about Matt at all.
I can't say that I really knew Matt other than in passing. I kind of know that everyone knows him or knew him. And everything that I've heard, he was just a really, really great guy.
Yeah, he really, really was. All right. And unfortunately, there was another legend that we lost recently, Sid Haig. Now, Sid Haig was one of the very first guests that I remember at Spooky Empire when it was Screamfest back in Fort Lauderdale. And I want to say, and Rob can correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say it was 2004. Is that right, Rob?
Correct. Correctamundo. He was there in 2004 and then returned in 2005.
Yes, that's right. And it was great because that's when it was a really small, just like a Holiday Inn sort of convention. So you could really have like great one-on-one conversations. And he's always had that sense of humor and always this business. And it was great because they were promoting, I want to say Devil's Rejects at the time, because Devil's Rejects was about to come out. And they didn't have a panel room big enough for everybody that was going to be there. So they decided to put it in the bar. We had the panel with Sid Haig and Bill Moseley and I want to say Ken Foray. I don't remember.
Yeah, Ken was there.
Yeah, and so it was in the bar. So they're sharing stories about Rob Zombie and how he loves disco and all this stuff. And we're doing it in the bar. It's just like, that's just going to be one of my favorite memories of Sid, man. Sid's always been a great guy. He's been a Spooky more than a handful of times. He's been super nice to everybody. And honestly, he's probably been one of the cheapest prices celebrities to ever be at Spooky. I mean, I know Robbie definitely has stories about Sid.
Oh yeah, I've met Sid several times before, but obviously the last time we saw him, he wasn't looking great already as it was. So we're like, cool shit. Like, you know, we gotta make sure we go and have a conversation with him, and you know, make sure that you kind of get that time in before, because you never know. Just like family members or whatever, you just never know when it's gonna be the last time. And then the last time I saw him, they were promoting that new Hanukkah movie.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I got him to sign the poster for me, which was really fucking awesome. So I mean, needless to say, I'm very, very looking forward to when this movie comes out. I've been hearing about it for a long time, so that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, Sabrina, do you and Mike have a story about Sid? You've met Sid, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think the first time we met him was May of 2012. Was our first show that we ever came to. Was meeting Sid, and just a really awesome guy. I think that was one of the first things that really got us hooked on Spooky, and just how nice he was, and took pictures with us, and just really cool guy.
Yeah.
May of 13.
Oh, Mike's saying May of 13.
Oh God! All right, Rob. I know that you've got a lot to say about Sid, because Sid has that same sense of humor as you do.
Yeah, well, you know, it's funny, and I had met Sid. Sid was actually the reason I went to Screamfest in the first place, because I had met him at Dragon Con earlier that year, and when I saw a sign for, you know, House of a Thousand Corpses, Sid Haig will be at this little convention called Screamfest, because I saw a flyer on the side of the road for it. And that's what sold me, because Sid was, you know, he had a great panel. So we went to that, and then, you know, I would see Sid was actually like a regular at conventions for a very long time after that. At least everyone I went to. And I remember one year, and this is a couple years later, he was at Dragon Con again, but he wasn't announced. He was never in the program guide. He just ended up kind of showing up at the last minute. And I remember just walking through the guest room, and I saw him, like, Sid, you're here? Or something like that. And he goes, I guess I am. And just, you know, seemingly it's just as surprised as I was.
And I think one of my favorite stories about Sid that a lot of people have told me is, like, his thing is he flips the bird in every photo. But if you do it, he tells you not to do it. You need to point to the camera, and he needs to flip the bird. Apparently, it's his thing, which I'm like, that's pretty damn funny. You tell them not to.
Yeah.
I love that. That is like, and one of the great things, Drex9 Studios, Jason of Drex9 Studios, has put together these amazing these Sids. Are they buttons or patches? Does anyone know?
I think they're patches.
Okay, there might be patches.
Not sure.
But
They're
those
patches.
of you. Yeah, those of you that have VIP this year, it's going to be in the bag. So you will get a special tribute, you know, patch/button, not sure which it is, that you can get just to commemorate Sid, you know. So, and speaking of commemorating, one of the great things that Spooky is doing this year is they have a ton of exclusive. It's not just the t-shirt. It's not just the mug. They have gone all out. First, before we get into, like, the controversial one of the ones that I can't wait to get a hold of it. Yeah, we'll get to that. They're doing and those of you that remember Screamfest, Bill Hinsman. Bill Hinsman was the man. He is the patron saint of Spooky Empire. He is still a goddamn force of nature. And so they are actually they did a short run of shirts years and years ago. I partied with a zombie at Spooky Empire, which was Bill. And now they actually made enamel pins. So those are going to sell out super quick. I think they only made 100 of them. So that's one of the great exclusives. And I love that even though Bill has been gone for a few years now, they're still bringing out these commemorative just memorials of, like, these guests, because they're all family, you know? So, and that's what the big difference between this and MegaCon, you know? So, I mean, that pin, man, I'm telling you, first thing, I'm going to get that goddamn pin. Now, before we get into all the other ones, the Elvira Funko Pop.
Like a case of herpes, it just won't go away.
But the difference that I understand this year is the difference is they are already in Tampa. They are in a safe location. They are already in hand. So there's not going to be the riot of last year. So they say. So Robbie, what about the Elvira Funko? What do you think about that?
I don't know. I think you guys know how I feel about that. I don't. Whatever. It's great for the people that want it. I don't really collect Funko Pop like that. So, I mean, I love the fact that Spooky Empire always makes sure that they're putting out an exclusive. I love that. And just, remember that Elvira camp is usually the ones that are taking care of that situation. So, I don't know. I think it's fine for who wants it and whatever, who doesn't, I don't know. I'm indifferent, honestly.
Yeah. No, I've actually already seen people listing them already on eBay for like $125 to $200. And I'm like, you people don't even have this in hand, and that does not bode well. That's not on Spooky at all. That's on whoever, whatever scalper is going to be sitting overnight again, which is ridiculous. I mean, Sabrina, you want to weigh in on this? You already see the look on your face.
You should see the look on mine.
Funko Pops are not my thing. They kind of remind me of Beanie Babies, I guess.
Kind of.
I just to each his own, though. So if you really want a Funko Pop, I suggest going about it the right way. Follow the rules. Spooky has posted a lot of helpful information about one per person. Make sure you have your cash in hand, about how to go about getting it signed. I don't remember all of the rules, but Spooky has it on their event page. So make sure you do it the right way and don't be a jerk to the people in line. That's all I got for that.
And the volunteers, especially.
And the volunteers.
Because they're just there to help you. So don't be dicks.
Exactly.
And I think that's the biggest thing of all is be polite to the volunteers. And I can't believe we have to say this every goddamn show. They're humans just like you. There's no reason to be an asshole. Don't be a fucking Karen to them. And I need to speak to your manager. No, stop it. Just no, don't be that asshole. Just, oh my God, it's a piece of plastic. Now I collect Funko Pops.
Yes.
I've got, I don't know, a couple dozen of them. I did get the Elvira one last year. Thank you, Shannon. But, it's you gotta, is your personal safety really worth a piece of plastic whose value is only going to depreciate in like a year? If you collect them, good for you. It's a very pretty Funko. It's Elvira in the purple dress, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm a fan of it. But come on now, guys. Put your fucking priorities in order, okay? Seriously. If you're going to Spooky, you're going to Spooky to party and have fun and meet celebrities and all that, not to get into some stupid nonsensical tiff over a piece of fucking plastic.
Yep.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, Rob, you got anything to chime in there?
I think we've said it all. Just don't be a douche. And I will say this. If they're really limiting one per person, I think that's going to solve a lot of the problems right there.
Unless someone tries to get back in line again or something.
Yeah, then you know what? There will be someone trying to work the system. I mean, we know it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know, if you're working the system to try to acquire more than one Funko Pop per person, I already called dibs on punching you in the cock. It's just, it's official, okay? It's allowed. I've called it.
It is allowed.
I called it in advance, so it's okay. You can't do it back.
So, Rob, you want to talk about, since Tiki is your thing, you want to talk about the vintage Halloween Tiki mug that they got going?
Yeah, honestly, this one isn't really my thing. I don't have a lot of interest in the vintage Halloween stuff. It's just never been my forte. And I'll also say I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to my Tiki mugs. I like there to be either a personal connection or at least some connection to, water or, tropics. Like, I wasn't a giant Creature of the Black Lagoon fan, but Thin Man completely makes sense as a Tiki mug. And so I was cool with that. And, the Bill one, I loved that.
You have the Riku Browning one, don't you?
Yeah, the Thin Man. Or
yeah.
Gilman, excuse me. I said Thin Man. Gilman, yeah. which
Okay.
again, that makes perfect sense. It belongs in the water, so that's good. But this looks, I mean, it's, if you're a fan of, this is actually, I think, going to appeal more to people who are just fans of vintage Halloween, I think, than maybe the tiki mug culture. But I mean, it looks really nice. I'll give it that. It's just, unfortunately, this just isn't my thing.
Yeah. And just for the record, I mean, Spooky is not going to be the only one that has exclusives. Sideshow sauces. Come on. We all love the sideshow sauces. The Satan's Nutsack Challenge. You know, they've got
No, we do not love that.
Come on. You love Satan's Nutsack in your mouth. Don't even
You know
ask.
what? Matt and Angie, fuck you for even making that.
Okay. Well, basically, Sideshow Sauces has 60 bottles of a limited, and they look like a figure, and it's specifically just for the Elvira release. So you guys, I'm telling you, if you like hot sauce, regardless of the Satan Nutsack Challenge, I mean, Rob, you would agree. You've tried a number of their other sauces, haven't you?
They have some lovely, lovely sauces, but you know, fuck the Four Horsemen, fuck the Satan's Nuts Challenge. No, look, seriously, I did that and I didn't shit right for a couple days. I mean, it was bad, okay?
I mean, Robbie, I'm assuming you've probably tried some of the hot sauces, right?
Yeah, I've tried a few. I have to say I'm not a huge fan of like fucking spicy that it burns your face off.
Yeah.
So I tend to stay away from those things. I like spice to, like, you know, to make my food taste better, like to enhance it. So I'm not a fan of like the super duper like fucking burn the roof of your mouth. And,
Yeah, you know, I will say this.
melt.
They do have a number of like not really hot ones. There's, I think, one called Vampire Slayer. It's a garlic hot sauce, very mild, and
yes,
that's good on
with
anything.
chips, cool, you know, like salsa, but
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, and
for
we're
me.
in the chat room. Apparently, there is a Reaper roulette waiting just for Rob.
Nope. But first of all, I invented that game, okay? That was me. I invented that. And I apologize for the world that it happened.
Oh my God. Now, Sabrina, I'm sure like you, and I'm sure Mikey loves hot sauce.
Mike loves hot sauce, big time. I
And he can't
personally
eat it
love. No, he can't. He can't handle it, but
He's
he
like me.
loves it. He loves it. I love Vamp Slayer. I have a bottle of it in my fridge right now. Vamp Slayer is my absolute favorite. What's the other one that we have, honey? The he's going to look. But
We got Bubba. Bubba's my favorite.
Bubba, of course.
Vamp Slayer.
Vamp Slayer.
Voodoo Juice.
Voodoo. The Voodoo one is really good. We like that one too. So these, we always have them on hand. They're
Hemorrhoid
good.
helper.
But yes, absolutely. The Sideshow sauces, you should definitely check them out.
Dry rubs. Too.
And the dry rubs are also really good.
Yeah, the dry rubs are something that they're having at Spooky this year, and they're also having spicy hot cocoa. So I'm like, that's really going to be interesting. I'm not sure what I think about it, but I will definitely be trying it out. So there's, like I said,
just separate note, missed opportunity. One of their dry rubs should be called, going in dry.
ow. Only you, Jesus Christ. But yeah, so some of the other exclusives, I mean, I'm sure they have the t-shirts as they always do. I'm not sure if they have the leggings back this year. But we have the Strange Cat Toys Cornelius Candy Corn Monster. Now I saw like Ashley and Max went nuts over the thing. It's like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, Robbie, what's it look like to you?
Oh my God, I love it. I don't know. I am one of those weirdos that like candy corn, so I saw it and it's super cute. I mean, it's just like a candy corn and he's got like this fucking monster face and he's got like gnarly teeth and he's all like, ah! I love it. It's like a little spaz.
Yeah, so there's that one, and was it Radioactive Waste Killer Kiss? It looked like a glow in the dark shit.
Yes. I don't remember exactly what that one looked like because I was just like blinded by the candy corn.
I mean, Sabrina, did either of those appeal to you? The glow in the dark shit or the candy corn?
No.
I don't think they'll like it being called glow in the dark shit. I think it's a kiss, right? It's like a Hershey kiss.
It's supposed to be a
glow-in-the-dark.
Hershey's Kiss, yes.
Okay, but it could be interpreted as something else. Fair enough.
Radioactive waste killer. Okay, I mean that says it in and of itself. But if you're into collectibles, Spooky has you covered. But go ahead.
I'm sure that some people are into really into candy corns or Hershey's Kisses and will really like that, but just not my thing. So that's cool.
Yeah, no, and if glow in the dark pile of shit is your thing, then good for you. Right? Hey, there's no judgment here. No judgment here.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so they're going to have posters, of course. I saw there was a beautiful Elvira print that's being done. I think they have the Zombo mugs from the last show. There were Terrifier posters, I believe. Some really great artwork. And speaking of artwork, if you guys haven't seen the latest announcement, Clive Barker will be there he'll be selling his original art. So those of you that have any sort of money, guess what? Kiss it goodbye. It's gone. Gone. Now, I don't know if you guys saw, and this is me being catty here. There was somebody on the event page that actually asked who Clive Barker was. Just
What?
Yeah. There was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's just leave that right there.
In fairness, like I said, I won't comment on what I think, but I'll just say if you have a question, you do have this. If you have availability to Facebook, you also have availability to Google.
If only you had a magical machine that you held in your hand that could give you information, so you don't look so clueless on the internet.
You don't even have to type it in anymore. All you do is be like, "Hey Google, who is?"
Hey,
right?
Real quick, I just want to go back before we move off of the exclusive. I want to just real quick go back to the Sideshow Hot Cocos because they do have two different hot chocolates. One of them is called Busted. It's kind of their Ghostbusters Ghost Pepper Hot Cocoa.
Oh God, Ghost Pepper Hot Cocoa. Jesus.
Yeah, well, no, and then the other's worse though. It's Hail Santa, the Reaper Hot Chocolate. So Reaper Pepper or Carolina Reaper. I'm scared to death of these, and it's annoying because I really like hot chocolate, and I've always been kind of a fan of Mexican hot chocolate, which usually has like a little bit of some sort of spice to it, some sort of pepper, and this just scares me now, man.
See,
I mean,
be
it's
a
like
man.
they want to fuck with me.
Oh, you know what? I mean, Ashley and Max. I can't wait for Max to try this because that's Max is going to be all about.
Max's stomach is invincible, so you know what? He's not even human; he's superhuman.
Yeah, he's a force of nature, absolutely. I'm being told that the Clive Barker sketches start around 300 and go up from there. So, yeah, bring your credit card because
I'll tell you, if I could
y'all gonna
afford
be
it,
broke.
I would snag a piece of Clive Barker limited artwork. That's one of those things that, you know what? I know some people are diehard, and they really think the Funkos are a great investment. This is art, limited edition art by a very highly respected artist, writer, filmmaker, everything. This is something that's, if you can spring for it, I would jump at it immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the guy is a fucking legend. It's Clive Barker. Nothing else needs to be said. All right, so special events. So we know about the Zombie Walk. It's early this year, 11:15 a.m. So those of you that are partying the night before, I guess you can just roll out of bed and walk into the walk because that's basically
No makeup needed.
No. Let's see. 11:15 a.m. is the pre-walk. Okay, I'm not sure what the pre-walk is.
Okay, so that's when they start doing makeup.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and then I think the actual walk is at 1:00?
Yes, that's it. Right. You're right. 1:00 begins Friday at Tampa.
You can go get ready and kill an hour or kill 2 hours, and then at 1:00 you start your march from the Tampa Bay
Visitor Center.
Yeah, the Visitor Center, which is, it's funny. They've started and passed like Hooters at restaurants, and now it's
now it's the Visitor Center.
And then it's going to go straight to the convention center where the convention will get underway for day 2.
Yeah. Now, Robbie, you know who's doing makeup, right?
I'm sorry.
You know who's doing makeup
Oh,
for
do I
the.
know? Oh, I don't know 100%. I'll be honest. I've been a little busy, just a little busy lately. But I know they are having makeup tables at the convention, and thinking, I know. Well, mortem postmortem effects usually has something going on there. I would
Yep,
imagine
they'll
there's
be
some
there.
body painters and things. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know exact names, but I've been not paying
I
attention to
think
that.
postmortem is the only one that's been announced. I mean there's always a couple others who are going to help out, but I think they're the one that got
Yeah, it might be like a group of people,
Mhm.
whoever's doing it, whatever, whoever's there, because I know they rotate a lot. Because I know in the past, they've had Dr. Skull and
Mhm.
you know Nick Wolf comes sometimes, and so they like have this like rotating table, and they have Mandy and like Base comes and all that. So maybe they'll have one of those going on this year.
Yeah, that would be really cool. So it'll be really, I think it'll be really interesting to see how the zombie walk works this year. Because as you know, it's in downtown Tampa. And I know some people disagree with me on this, but it is an urban downtown area. So you got a lot of mundanes, and it's Halloween weekend, literally. So there's going to be normies all over the place. There are homeless people that hang out, and there's also the religious nuts. There are people out there with the you're going to go to hell sign, and people out there preaching and the whole 9 yards. And so it's going to be interesting. So my tip to you, if you're going from your hotel, the convention center, or the visitor center, you're doing the zombie walk, please be safe. Please be safe, and please wear comfortable shoes. Please, because walking from the hotel to the convention center, and you're going to be doing it a few times, comfortable shoes. Make sure you don't have anything really valuable on you. It's better to be safe than sorry. Even if it's the safest place in the world, you don't want to take the chance. So that's my PSA to you. But yeah, we've got the zombie walk. And then on Saturday, we have yoga. We have spooky yoga. Sabrina, what do you think about spooky yoga?
I think it's awesome. I don't know that I'll be awake at 11:30. Well, I'm sure I'll be awake at 11:30. I don't know if I'll be ready and wanting to go do something at 11:30, but I think it's great. If I'm up for it, I'd love to go and check out yoga at Spooky. Yeah. I think it's great.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I'm kind of curious what spooky yoga entails. Mm-hmm. I mean, Robbie, what do you think spooky yoga would actually encompass?
I think it's a great idea, honestly. I wish I was there for it. We're not getting there until Saturday because we have a senior shit going on Friday, so we're not gonna make it until Saturday. But I would definitely do yoga. I think Jen De La Morte is the one that's leading it, and I hear great things about her. She does the cemetery yoga that I hear that is amazing here in town in Orlando. So I'd really be down for something like that. I mean,
I'm curious. What is cemetery yoga?
What is what?
What is cemetery yoga? I'm curious.
Oh, cemetery yoga. Yeah, sorry. It's been breaking up for me. Weird. I hear you guys like in little bits, but it's at the Greenview Cemetery in Orlando, and I think she does it like once a month on a Sunday, and they just put out some mats in the cemetery, and they do yoga for an hour. It's a cool local event.
Interesting. Okay, I guess that's no weirder than. Yeah, I guess that's no weirder than goat yoga, which is a thing. So, yeah. So I mean, I gotta make.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's empty.
So
there's no
I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious what spooky yoga is going to entail. If we're renaming poses or.
Well, yeah. I don't know how spooky it's going to be, but I will say a lot of conventions are starting to do yoga. It's like it's a common thing that it's popping up at more and more conventions. Teaching people to stretch, just to stay healthy. Some are actually doing it as like anxiety and stress relief.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so there's some interesting applications to it, and so this will be interesting. I'm going to also be missing it, so I won't get to partake. But it's a neat idea. I'll give it
I
that.
hope somebody takes a video because I'm curious. I'm genuinely very curious. Oh, and I'm also getting in the chat room. Yes, we're watching the chat room while we do this. Dr. Skull. Those of you that love Dr. Skull, he will be there, and he's done makeup for me over the years. The guy's fantastic. Dr. Skull is definitely going to be there doing makeup. So for the zombie walk, so you can definitely book him. And another interesting thing we got going this year: cosplay wrestling on Saturday night. Rob, you think you could tell us a little bit more about that since wrestling's more your thing?
Again, this is kind of, I have to file this under the, I'm glad there are people that like it, and it has been very popular. I think this is like the third time it's been back. So it's,
Yes.
It definitely found an audience. It's definitely popular. But it's just not my thing to watch live. I'll watch WrestleMania, give me that. That's fine. I'll watch Royal Rumble, but, I'm not, it's just, no. But again, like I said, if for people who are even just mildly curious, go check it out. Everyone who goes has always said it's been pretty entertaining. So
yeah, from what I understand, basically it's kind of like character wrestling where you'll have like Michael Myers against the Flash, or you'll have Batman versus Jason or something like that. And apparently that's the sort of thing that they do. I think it's technically called cosplay fantasy wrestling, if I'm not mistaken, but this is something that has taken off the past couple of years. So if you want to do something different at the convention, you're tired of the dealer's room, you're tired of the tattoo room, hey, go check out wrestling.
Ooh, yeah. Snap into a Slim Jim.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've actually got a couple guests. Let's see, was it the Bushwhackers that are supposed to be guests this
Bushwhacker
year?
Luke, he's coming as a guest of oh God, I'm sorry for forgetting your business name, Tanner.
Mohawk
Crew.
Mohawk Crew. He's coming as a part of Mohawk Crew, and then the Nasty Boys will be in attendance as well.
Oh yes, yeah. Enough said.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, as far as special events, we also have the costume contest. What was that? I don't know. I just lost something. Anyway, okay, yes, but we have the costume contest Sunday afternoon as usual. So, so like those of you that got really cool costumes, and let me tell you, if you're doing costumes, up your game, because this is definitely one of the most premier, like, just costume contests anywhere. And I'm not even joking about that. It's like John and Eric win every goddamn year, and someone needs to take them down a couple notches.
Well, no, not last. I don't know if you remember the winners last year were, I think, a pair of, they were a big sister and little sister from BioShock, and these two did something on a level you don't see it very often. I mean, it was well crafted armor, LEDs, great makeup. I mean, it was shocking how good it looked. I mean, it's the kind of costume that just made you say, fuck it, I quit. I'm just going to wear jeans and a t-shirt from here on out.
Yeah, but it's like, this isn't like your normal everyday bar Halloween, costume contest.
No.
This is some hardcore shit. These guys really, really bring it. So if you're going to enter the costume contest, definitely bring your A game, man, because wow, just wow. After parties, that's been one of the big things everyone's been asking, especially the newbies that really don't know a lot about Spooky Empire. Okay, it's like, okay, you go to the dealer's room, great. You go to a Q&A and you go to meet the celebrity. What do you do after? There's the after parties, which is what Spooky is known for.
No, you go back to your room at a reasonable hour, have a light snack, and get 8 hours of sleep, right?
That's what you do.
And that's why people like to hang out with me.
Yeah, you and Mike, you go back with your rum raisin ice cream and your match game PM, and then you're out like a light.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the after parties. Let's see. We got American Social Tampa, sort of a sports bar with with indoor and outdoor seating. I believe is that Friday night?
That's where it is every night, actually. That's what they're going to do. There's going to be costume contests there Thursday night. I think maybe even Friday night as well. And then they're still doing parties there. I think maybe not Sunday, but Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's where stuff is going on.
Yeah, they've got the DJ, they got drink specials. It is built into the Tampa Westin, which is one of the overflow hotels. It's right across the bridge from the convention center. So it's in walking distance right there. So that's where the parties will all be held. Let's see. Okay, as far as our guest roundup. Okay, you know what? Let me just do this. Sabrina, who are you guys most excited to see as far as guests?
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell is a big one. Are you going to do like the Bruce, Sam, and Ted photo op?
No, we don't do photo ops. As long as we've been going to Spooky, we've never done a photo op. If he's doing pictures at his table, we might just do a quick picture with them. But I really just want to get an autograph and maybe a quick minute with them just to say, hey, you're cool. But that's pretty much what I'm excited for.
Yeah. All right, Robbie, who are you excited about?
Well, I am most excited to see Johnny Bro from What We Do in the Shadows. Because he is just such an amazing guy. He's so fun and down to earth, and we became friends from before. So he might not be the biggest celebrity there, but to me, I think that's gonna be experience because he's still a dude. So that's who I'm looking forward to the most.
Yep.
Amen.
I hope he comes back in character, man, because that was one of the top 10 spooky moments ever. Is him in full deacon outfit levitating over the crowd. There was nothing better than that.
Amazing.
That's not something you can get from watching a Q&A on YouTube.
Yeah, from what I heard, he wanted to do the another like Virgin Sacrifice and like stage show. So I really hope they put that together because that's gonna be amazing.
Ooh.
If you missed it last time, you have to catch it this time. Even if you're not familiar with the movies and the show and stuff.
Well, if you're not familiar with the movie or the show, go to hell.
Exactly.
Yeah, What We Do in the Shadows is probably one of the best horror comedies that's been done in the past, I'd even say 20 years, in all honesty.
Yeah, ever?
But especially in the past 20 years, yes. But yeah, as far as guests, of course, we get Elvira that's coming back, and I want to say Friday is the photo op where she does all her full makeup, and she has her set there. So you get your photo with her. Mia Farrow from Rosemary's Baby is there.
That's pretty damn epic to have Mia Farrow.
Yes.
I mean, I know she doesn't have a lot of horror credits, but let's face it, when you're the star of Rosemary's Baby, you only need one.
Yeah. And for Christ's sake, I mean, her and Frank Sinatra, that's legendary.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited just to hear stories about Frank Sinatra. Oh my God. But and of course, Alice Cooper, who will be there, if I'm not mistaken, Friday and Saturday only. Oh, Mia's only going to be there Saturday only, by the way. Alice Cooper, Friday and Saturday only. Now, I believe he's doing a photo op in full makeup. Am I right about that? Okay.
Cricket.
Yeah, exactly. But I think I saw that he's actually putting the makeup on. I mean, granted, let's be honest, it's Alice Cooper, so all he has to do is draw some eyeliner on, and that's pretty much it. So it's Alice Cooper. Nothing else needs to be said. Now, what I would love to see is Alice Cooper with a couple of Muppets, because those of you that are old school like me, that was one of my Alice Cooper and the Muppets. That just warms your heart. Of course, we got Clive Barker, who is Friday through Sunday. Sam Raimi, who is not only responsible for like Evil Dead and Drag Me to Hell, Spider-Man. So yeah, he's going to be there Saturday and Sunday only. Bruce Campbell is Saturday, Sunday only. Ted Raimi, Friday through Sunday. Tony Todd, who is in Candyman. But okay, let's see. Tony Todd. I know you all love him as Candyman. Look up some of his other work. This guy is such an amazing, amazing dramatic actor. Candyman is great, but just his other work he's always on the road doing like Broadway and all these off-Broadway shows. Such a talented guy. Let's see. And of course, James Hong, who I think this is going to be his first time at Spooky, if I'm not mistaken. The infamous Lopan, and he's doing a photo op as Lopan. Doesn't get better than that. James Hong, I had the good fortune to meet him. Mad Monster Party a few years ago. Absolute darling. absolutely meet him. He's an icon, and you will definitely come away with a personal story. That's not one of the guests that gives you just like a cash transaction. It's like, oh, here, sign. No, he interacts with you. He's an absolute sweetheart. I love him. I'm actually looking forward to meeting him again. He's there Friday through Sunday. Twisted Sister, Dee, and the rest of the gang, Friday through Saturday only. And there's also a photo op with them. So check the website about that. And as far as prices for the photo ops, be sure to check spookyempire.com for just to double check anything that we might be saying that we might be full of shit on. The Friday the 13th part 6 cast? Yes, part 6 cast. CJ Graham, Tom Matthews, Darcy DeMoss, Tom Fridley, Vinny Guas. I'm sorry if I'm screwing up the names. Vinny Guastafaro. Don't know who that is. And Cynthia. Yeah, exactly. Cynthia Kenya. I'm probably just butchering the hell out of this. Jesus Christ. But yes, there is a photo op of Friday the 13th. Part 6 cast as well, for those of you that are fans of Jason. Then we've got, of course, the Hellbound Hellraiser 2 cast. Ashley Lawrence, Barbie Wilde, Nicholas Vince. I mean, those guys usually travel together. So, I mean, I know Robbie is a fan of, like, Hellraiser 2. As she's adjusting there.
I can't hear anything you guys are saying right now.
No, but I was just saying that you're a big fan of...
I need to drop back having some issues. Hold on.
Okay. All right. So
Okay,
there's that.
guys,
But yes. Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
there was somebody missing from that list.
There was?
Joe Bob Briggs.
From Hellraiser 2?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you. I thought you meant you were done with the whole guest list. My bad.
No. I was just saying, because I know that Robbie is a fan of Clive Barker Hellraiser. She's a fan of the Cenobites, so that's something I just wanted to bring up. But That's okay. Then, of course, we have Danielle Harris, Rob Zombie Halloween, and God, Danielle Harris has done everything, which doesn't surprise because she's like this big, and she's a sweetheart. She's a darling. So if you want, Danielle Harris is absolutely a story, something I absolutely recommend. Let's see. Whoop. As I'm skipping around here. And apologies for technicalities in the webcast. This is some new software that we're trying, so we're still kind of working out the bugs here. Okay, but yes, we have Danielle Harris. We have Ken motherfucking Foray. That is his legal name. Ken motherfucking Foray. I mean, that guy, not even just like Dawn of the Dead, but it's like the Rob Zombie movies. And I mean, Rob, you're a fan of Ken, right?
Ken's just Ken's one of those really, really cool guys. If you get a chance to just talk with him, been making movies for a long time, and they weren't always, big things you've heard of. I think he maybe worked in some of the tail end of the blaxploitation films, but he's got a pretty impressive filmography. Definitely worth, digging into that. And something else I just wanted to bring up. It's a movie, or rather a documentary that he and Tony Todd were in that just came out. It's called Dementia. Correct me if I'm wrong. Horror Noir.
Horror Noir. Yes, history of black horror.
Yeah, it's African Americans in horror, as over the past 80, 90 years that we've had film, and really interesting, really fascinating subject. It's kind of surprised it took this long to really be tackled. But the two of them are amongst some of the people who weigh in with their opinions, and it's absolutely worth a watch. I think it's on Amazon Prime. Go check it out. Find it, watch it. Just it's a great 2 hours.
Yeah. No, he's absolutely right. And, this time of year, there are a ton of documentaries that are out there, or fake mockumentaries or so on and so forth. But yes, this is an absolute gem. It's called Horror Noir, and it's a history of black horror. And it goes from everything from the beginning of film and how black people were portrayed in horror back then, up to the Universal monsters, up to the 60s, up to blaxploitation. And you get comments, from the director of Blackula, for those of you that are horror fans, from Blackula up until Jordan Peele. So it's something original. It's something that hasn't been addressed. And as a biracial woman myself, I love that something like this was tackled. And so personally, Tony Todd and Ken Foray, who are both going to be at Spooky, I am so glad to be able to go up to them and talk to them about this because it's one of those things that we don't talk about a lot. Fantastic documentary. Absolutely recommend. Horror noir, history and black horror. I mean, that's a good night for you right there. But let's see, Ken Foray. Let's see who else. And then of course, my personal favorite, Joe Bob Briggs. I don't know if anyone has seen his latest. He did a Halloween special on Shudder. I want to say a night ago or 2 nights ago. Did anyone see it by chance?
I haven't seen it. We were at Cocktails and Screams, but I definitely want to catch it because he was wearing a zombie head.
Yes, he was from Crystal. Crystal, and a lot of you've seen Crystal. If you've seen like the really like neon yellow hair, that she does the amazing zombie jewelry. She does hair. But she actually made something that he was wearing, which was really just insanely cool. So, but yeah, we've got, let's see, who else do we got? We got Joe Bob Briggs, Riku Browning, of course. And in all honesty, if you haven't met Riku Browning, this is like one of the original Universal monsters. If you have not met him yet, do so. Because, I mean, I don't know what's a nice way to say it, but we're not getting any younger. So this may be one of your last chances to meet Riku. And
the man is literally a living legend. He's the last of the Universal monsters. That's just horror history right there. So
absolutely. Yeah. Tony Moran, that was in, let's see, which Halloween? I'm actually not a Halloween fan. So was Tony Moran was he Michael Myers in the original Halloween?
That was Nick Castle.
Okay. Well, Tony Moran played one of the Michael Myers. I'm not sure in which one. Let's see. But we got Serena Vincent, Return to House on Haunted Hill, Cabin Fever, Power Rangers, because everybody loves Power Rangers.
I don't love Power Rangers.
You love Power Rangers.
No, I don't.
Okay. Eugene Clark, Land of the Dead. Now, Eugene Clark is another one of those people that while you wouldn't really think much of it, you will always come away with a story. As a matter of fact, one of the last VIP parties that I went to, Eugene Clark was out there starting the whole Thriller dance with everybody, which hysterical. So he's a party guy. He'll be out talking to all his fans. He's really awesome. Michael Alcott, the chicken fucker guy from Devil's Rejects. Rob, you got to say the line.
I'm not saying you look like a chicken fucker, but that boy there, he looked like a fucking chicken.
I got a big chicken figure in the kitchen, so I actually might just bring that to get a picture with him with the chicken.
Your big black cock?
My big black cock. I do have a big black cock in the kitchen.
I've seen it. I'm a witness. I've seen it.
Yeah, actually, let's see. Okay, general spooky tips, because we know there's going to be a lot of people that have never been to spooky before. They've never really been to a horror convention before. So, you know what? Let me start off with Sabrina. What would you say your biggest tips to someone that has never been to spooky before? Like your top 5 tips.
Pack snacks.
Yes. And what kind of snacks would you say?
Something that's easy. So I generally grab things that I can throw into my cooler and just pick up and walk away with. Whether you grab Uncrustables. I know I always bring up my Uncrustables because they're easy to throw in the cooler. I know they're just easy to grab. Or if you just want to make sandwiches and either pre-make them or bring the stuff to make them and walk away with them. Big bags of chips, like the individually packaged chips, are really great to have in your room. So that way you can just run up, grab a bag of chips and walk with it, or put it in your bag to walk around the convention with. Drink lots and lots of water. You do not want to get dehydrated. Yes, please hydrate. Put on deodorant and shower, please. Please, for the love of God. Wash your dirty, nasty hands.
No,
look,
I need to...
My funk is the only thing protecting me from everyone else's funk.
Okay, I do want to interject here just for a second. Okay, first of all, when it comes to showers, we actually do have a video. If you look through our library, our playlist, we actually have a video about how to shower properly at a convention. Don't use the hotel soap because that's cheap and it doesn't do anything. Don't use Axe body spray because that doesn't cover up shit. Okay. So you want to shower, use a clinical strength deodorant, not just like something from the dollar store. Clinical strength deodorant, apply it multiple times a day. Hand sanitizer, cannot stress this enough. Hand sanitizer, because everybody's touching everybody all day and there's a bunch of people running around. They're not covering their mouth and they're not washing their hands. Protect yourself. Hand sanitizer, please. So, but yes, Sabrina, please continue.
If you're watching this video right now, I suggest that you go ahead and start taking Airborne tonight.
Yes.
Because that way it'll be in your system. That's what Mike and I have been doing for the last few years.
Airborne works. Okay, well, let me just stop you
go ahead.
For a second. Okay, Robbie is the queen, the absolute queen when it comes to eating well at conventions on a budget. That's right.
We pack so much food. We pack well, on top of budgeting things, have our kids allergies and stuff, so it's really important to kind of be prepared for that sort of thing. You know, it's this time, since it's not going to be in the hotel, it's going to be in the convention area, you have to remember to, you know, keep in mind time. So if you know you're going to be needing to eat in 3 hours and you're going to be at the convention, you're not going to have enough time to go back to your hotel room and eat. It's just a waste of time. So just bring some snacks with you, so bring something substantial, you know, bring something that has protein in it, kind of something balanced, something with, you know, a sandwich or something with meats and cheeses or whatever, and that way you know that it's going to sustain until you get back to your room. And then what we usually do is we bring a crock pot, and we'll have a cooler with, you know, different things to make. We'll have like at least one stew and a breakfast, and that way there's enough food to kind of like left over. And I mean, I've gone to the extent of bringing a microwave before. This time we're fortunate enough for staying with a friend, so we're not gonna need to bring all of those things. We're not in the kitchen stuff, but definitely, you know, think ahead, plan ahead on the food. It's gonna be so much cheaper too, because convention food is really, really expensive and it's not very good for you.
No,
and, you know,
you're gonna get sick. Do not eat convention food, please.
And for God's sakes, please don't eat chicken fingers no matter where you get them.
Corn dogs, don't do it. So yeah,
no,
definitely bring some food, like pre-plan for it. Snacks, extra snacks to share. I do that a lot too. Like you can ask people around. Like I've fed several people in the past because they're like keeling out, and I'm like, holy shit, you need some food. Like,
you're hungry, go to Mama Robbie. Mama Robbie will take care of you. Look at that face, she will take care of you. Okay, now a couple things that I will throw in for those who've never been to a convention before. First of all, when it comes to drinking, hydrate like a motherfucker. No matter how, always have a bottle of water on you, no matter what, because you don't want to like drink and pass out the first night and then miss the rest of the convention. Okay, so you want to pace yourself. So sure, have a couple drinks the first night, but get to bed at a reasonable hour, because you got to remember, this is a marathon. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. Pre-plan your budget as far as autographs, as far as photo ops, as far as the dealer's room. Make sure that you have that budgeted in advance and you don't go over that. Some people, like, they'll bring cash in particular envelopes so they know when the cash for that particular thing runs out, that's it. So be conscious of that as well. When it comes to the dealer's room, do not haggle with the dealers. Okay, that seems to be a big problem over the past few years. If there's something you like, you want to talk to the artist about it, don't sit there. It's like, oh, I could get it cheaper, blah, blah, blah. That's insulting. These are local artisans, local craftsmen. They're all fantastic, local artists, and they do beautiful, beautiful work that you're not going to find at like Hot Topic. So keep that in mind. And if you can't pay for it, then fine. Most of them have cards and websites where you can go home and order it online. So that's something else to keep in mind. But also, when it comes to food, protein bars, like the Luna bars, definitely just nibble on that during the day to keep your protein up. That's definitely a thing you want to do. Rob, what are some of the tips that you would recommend?
Well, Robbie kind of already, hit on this, but I think it's really worth emphasizing. And even for spooky vets, this is important to remember that this isn't a convention, or this is a convention center show this year. You don't necessarily have easy access to your hotel room. You're going to be walking around a lot more. Even, I know the hotels aren't far away. Like if you're at the Embassy Suites, you're not a huge, distance away, all things considered. But you are going to be away from your room a lot more than you once were.
Yes.
And you may not have the interest in, like, if you go back to your room, you may find yourself not wanting to go back to the convention center. That definitely happens, particularly if you're going to be in one of the hotels that's a little bit further away. So, you've already said comfortable shoes. It's really important.
Incredibly important.
Yeah, all I can really say is just plan your moves out ahead of time this year. It's going to be harder for you if you don't have enough money, if you let something in your room, it's going to be harder to retrieve that stuff. So, and definitely don't eat any of the food at the convention center. I don't care what they say. I don't care who says it's okay. It's not okay. It's convention center food, okay?
It's bad.
It's been frozen. It's been sitting there for a long time. It's gonna kill you. So just find other accommodations. Bring your food, like everyone else has said. That's something else. I know it's been said before, but I can't emphasize it enough. So just remember where you are. It's a little bit different this year. The rules of the game have changed a little bit. So keep it in mind. It's not going to be anything dramatically different, but it's different enough that it's worth thinking about.
All right. So we have Matt who's in the chat room, and Rob, what is this about pizza and Tom Savini? So you're supposed to protect your pizza from Tom Savini, huh?
I don't know if Tom's a guest there this year, but it's important to remember that Tom Savini has proven that he will attempt to steal your pizza. It's been documented. It's been witnessed by multiple people. So if Tom Savini is there and you've ordered a pizza, first of all, carry a knife. Second of all, look out early for it, because he might try to steal your pizza. But again, he's not there this year, so really, your pizza should probably be just fine. Feel free to order.
Speaking of pizza, I have to chime in here for a second. Yes, protect your pizza, but while we all eat pizza at the convention center, and when you're at conventions, honestly, I would recommend, and it's right across the street from the convention center, Eddie and Sam's. Especially if you're a fan of old school, like New York pizza places. I've eaten there multiple times. I love their stuff, Eddie and Sam's, and I think Robbie, you've probably eaten there too, right?
Yeah, we've eaten there definitely when we've visited Tampa. I fucking love pizza. Pizza is like, I can eat pizza every day. But Eddie and Sam's definitely very good. Also the cannolis. Ooh.
Oh, so good. Yeah, no, Eddie and Sam's, I highly, highly recommend it. If you're going to order from anywhere, definitely order from there. I mean, Robbie, would you recommend anywhere else around there that's a good place to eat?
Yes, there's a really, depends what you're into, but there's a really good, first off, there's a First Watch.
Oh, good. Okay. First Watch. Good for breakfast.
At the corner. I don't remember exactly what corner, but it's a First Watch, so for breakfast. And there's also this really good Mediterranean place. A little bit further out, because remember, when we go over there, we're usually hanging out in Boris, so like right in that area. There's a like Lebanese Mediterranean place where they make gyros and stuff like that. Oh, so good. So about maybe, I don't know, I think like maybe not even a mile away from the convention center, but there's so many food options in that area. I know there's a Jamaican place and pizza aplenty, and I want to say a pita pit as well. So you definitely got some options there. And if you're willing to go a little bit further out, along river, there is one of those and forgive me, I'm sorry, I don't remember what it's called, but it's one of those like building like that used to be one thing and now it's this like food market. So they have stalls, and there's a place in there that has a sushi burrito. And it's
shit!
Freaking delicious. Yeah,
A sushi burrito. Oh my god!
They have like the booths and stuff, and they have like a brewery, and they have the sushi burrito, they have barbecue, they have like chicken tenders, and that place is really awesome. So if you're willing to leave that area, catch maybe one of those boat tours that you get on the river, and you can get off right in front of that place. I wish I remember the name. But it's like literally along the it's not the river, it's like the inlet or whatever. But it's very, very good. So, sushi burrito.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend using Yelp or something on your phone to look at the ratings of different places, since you're not familiar with the area. Go through Yelp, but like I said, Eddie and Sam's, Robbie's got some great suggestions, so that's something to consider. And I honestly, like I said, I always say Luna bars or protein bars or something like that. Snack on during the day, keep hydrated, because you are going to be walking a lot. Which reminds me, if you haven't done it already, Tiger Balm. Tiger Balm is like, I don't know, maybe $5 at Walgreens or CVS. Just rub that on your feet at night, put on socks, and the next day your feet are golden. I've been doing it for like 2 decades now. Tiger Balm, trust me, it will save your feet. Absolutely.
And they have them in patches now.
Do they really?
Okay. The patches are really good because they don't smell, and you don't have to like rub them. So
I like the smell.
My hands smell.
That's because you're an old man, Rob.
I just cut them and put them over like my feet, over my ankles and stuff, and then the next morning, like perfect.
Wow. Okay, we're gonna have to try some Tiger Balm patches.
One last food just item. I haven't been there firsthand, so please don't quote me on that. Well, I'm already giving my excuse. American Social, where the after parties are going to be, actually does have pretty good reviews for their food. There's a couple locations throughout Florida. They're all very highly reviewed. So, I mean, it's basically sports bar food, burgers and such, but it's good. Everyone who goes there seems to like it. So, I'm not expecting, fusion cuisine. I'm not expecting high-end sushi burritos, but you know what? If you want potato skins, but good burgers, wings, stuff like that, it's a good safe bet.
Something to soak up the booze with.
Yes.
Who drinks booze at these things?
Not me. But,
no, definitely not.
No. But yes, also a couple, let's see. Okay, panels. First of all, please remember that the guests are people too. Between the staff, the volunteers, the guests, they are people just like you. Okay. And we have to say this every show. Please don't be a douche. It's people yelling at the volunteers because they didn't get them something immediately, or because something didn't go their way. Just you catch more flies with honey than you do, I don't know, shit. Maybe. I don't know.
No, water. No,
I don't know anything about flies. But yes, please be nice to the staff. Be nice to the volunteer staff. They will go above and beyond for you if you're just nice to them. Please, thank you. Not raising your voice. It will help. If you
I'd also like to just remind everyone of one other thing. This is not that last year wasn't also the case, but this is a new facility for every single volunteer.
Yes.
No one has experience working with this. Well, I'm not going to say no one. There could be,
cut them some slack.
But yeah, this is going to be a new place. So it's, everyone might not be on their A game the first day of the con, maybe even the second day of the con. Please remember that. Cut them a little slack. They'll get you the information you need if you have questions. But just give them an extra minute or two to, get it down. And if they do give you something that might be wrong, again, cut them a little slack. This is a brand new place, and based on a certain Halloween themed bar I've been to recently that has nothing but new employees who know nothing, it's not entirely their fault. They're just new.
Yeah.
Even if they don't know what beer or the difference between beer and cider is.
Another conversation for another time. But yeah, also at your hotel, please tip the staff. Don't tip the people out on the street. Those are all scam artists. Okay. No, in your hotel, housekeeping, valet, whatever, tip the staff. You will have so much better of an experience. Just a couple extra dollars. It will make everything so much better. I mean, would you guys agree on that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I give them my tip all the time.
Just the tip?
Just the tip of the staff. Oh wait, no.
Yeah. Phrasing.
Rob thing.
Phrasing.
Phrasing. All right. So you know what, Robbie? What are you looking forward to most this year?
I say it all the time, but to see my people.
That's
Like, it's
important,
just-
man. That's really
what I go
important.
for. It's really what I go for, just to see my friends and to hang out and you know, I'm you know, I was apprehensive at first because it isn't a new place, but at the same time, I've learned to embrace it, and it'd be kind of fun to get out of town. I get to like leave the area that I'm in, which we don't do a whole ton, so that's it's cool. And then you know, we get to hang out with Boris, which you know, he's like my BFF, and like you know, and then we get to see you guys, and you know, we get to party, and like that's really what I go for. Celebrities are of course obviously a huge draw for Spooky Empire, and it's great to know they're there, but I'm there to see my people, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and I definitely recommend. I mean, we have the horror film festival that's going on. There's the tattoo room that's going on. Yeah, there's always something going on. So no matter what you're into, there will always be something. And because it's Halloween, your kids can go trick-or-treating through the vendor room and get like a whole big thing of candy. Because I know a lot of the vendors who are not only just spooky family, they're Halloween fanatics. So it's a lot of the vendors are bringing candy for the kids. There's just so much going on. So, you know, you're not going to be bored. I mean, Sabrina, what are you and Mike looking forward to the most?
Same as Robbie. Just seeing our people. And vacation, just getting away. We're ready to get away for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Rob, what about you?
Hotel soaps and shampoos.
That's gross.
You know what? I'm looking forward to seeing Joe Bob Briggs again. Love
Yes.
that man.
Yes.
Didn't get as much. I got to see his panel, and that was all well and good. But and that was also 8 years ago. I think the last time he was at Spooky.
Oh wow, it was, wasn't it?
It's close. Maybe 7. I don't know, but it's been a long time. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him again.
James Hong, man, I'm telling you, you guys need to meet James Hong. The guy's the fucking icon. He's a legend. Even if you don't get your picture with him, you got to meet him. Everyone needs a James Hong story.
And I am also looking forward to more fucking hot sauce, even though I know it's going to hurt my butt.
Yeah, and that's the vendors. Oh my God, between Coffee Shop of Horrors, Sideshow Sauces, Luna Moon Gothic, Alchemy and Artistry is going to be there. Drex 9 Studios. There's just so many great artists, and just it's not just going to be like Pokemon hats and fucking Jason t-shirts. There's going to be so much more. So take some time. And one of the things that I know Rob's brought this up, if you see something in the vendor room that like on Thursday or Friday that you like, get it then. Don't wait till the end of the convention, because I guarantee it will be fucking gone. You see it early, get it early.
Oh, one other thing, on that note.
Do it. Pull the trigger.
Please bring cash. Because let me tell you something, convention center ATMs
good point.
Bend you over and fuck you bloody, okay? I mean, you're going to get hit with every possible fee and about as high of a fee. Only place ATMs charge more is at a strip club. So, yeah.
Not only that, but it bringing cash helps you stay on budget.
Yes.
Because you have okay, so I have whatever, $200. And if you have it in cash, you're like, okay, then you know you can spend this much here, this much here, and this much here. Rather than swiping your card so much, you kind of lose track, especially if you're drinking. You're like, oh, I'm going to go to the bar. And then, I'm going to buy this thing. And then next thing you know, you're like $500 in the hole.
Yep.
Been there, done that. Cash.
No, because, and speaking of...
Also, because... Yeah, I mean, as a business person, remember that when you pay with cash, the vendors don't have to pay tax on that kind of stuff. So,
good point.
Yeah, because if you're swiping the card all the time, the Square they charge, PayPal charges, Venmo charges, at least a little bit, and that shit adds up. So, cash, 100%.
Yeah, because if you go to the ATM, pretty much just like we were talking about earlier, let's go full circle. You're going in dry. They're going in dry. And I figured
it's like $450 on this end and $450 on the other end. You don't realize that because it just says oh, we're gonna charge you this much for using this ATM here, not realizing that when it gets to your bank also charges you.
Mhm.
So it's twice the charge. So
So
yeah,
you
cash.
get fucked. Basically, you
Yep.
get fucked. Yeah. And speaking of fucking, my big black cock. I wasn't lying. Here it is, all its majestic glory. So I might actually bring this and take a picture with Michael Alcott just
Oh my
because.
gosh.
Yeah, because
Does it
he's
still
the
have
chicken fucker
googly
guy.
eyes on it?
And my big black cock. Everybody loves my big black cock. Look at it, it's just shiny
Does it still
and
have
pretty.
googly eyes on it?
No, because the googly eyes unfortunately had to be put on and you might laugh at this. Actually, can you get me my Ghidorah up there? My Ghidorah? Those of you that have seen Godzilla King of Monsters, and I'm assuming most of you have because it's just one of the most amazing monster movies ever. And let's face it, as horror fans, we're Godzilla fans. So the googly eyes have kind of gone over. And if you look at this, I have.
Oh my god, yes. That's awesome.
So if you
Oh
see
god.
Godzilla King of Monsters, this is Kevin. Rob and I were lucky enough to meet Kevin, so I had to come home and make Kevin. So this is absolutely accurate Ghidorah. So unfortunately, I lost my cock lost googly eyes, but I'm sure Svane's probably gonna put more somewhere that I don't know about somewhere because that's what he
Yeah,
does.
they're gonna show up in your house and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" And
It's what when he had his going away party going to Portland and we were saying goodbye to him and everything. I was finding googly eyes in my house for like a year afterwards. Every time I turn around, there's a googly eye somewhere. So that's the whole thing. I don't know if you actually if there's like an achievement, but if we had a Spooky Empire bingo, finding random things with googly eyes would definitely be on there because I guarantee, even though Svane isn't going to be there this year, he still somehow through osmosis is going to be putting googly eyes everywhere. So yeah, definitely. But also one of the things that, and we say this every year, but if you see PD or Gina or one of the staff, and they'll have the Spooky Empire staff shirt on that not volunteers, they're busy, but stop them and thank them because it's like they have gone through so much. And this is PD's baby. Him and Gina brought this up from like literally nothing, from an infant to adulthood and beyond. Thank them. Even if you disagree with like some of the choices, blah, 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 they go through undoubtedly a hell of a lot every year to put this thing on. So
much work.
Yeah, absolutely. There was one more thing I wanted to bring up.
Transportation.
Rob, okay. There you go. Bring up transportation.
Yeah, just for those of you who, still haven't familiarized yourself with downtown Tampa, most of the hotels are within walking distance. A lot of restaurants are within walking distance of the convention center and your hotels. But be aware that there is a free trolley that goes up and down kind of the main drag
good point.
Downtown. It runs until, I think, 11 o'clock on Thursday and Sunday. Friday, Saturday, it runs until 2 a.m. Again, this trolley is free and it goes about every 15 minutes. So if you need to get somewhere, if you want to if you're one of the really far away overflow hotels, if you are, you just want to go explore a little bit, that trolley is your friend. So learn about it. I think it's called the Tico. And, there's a great website that has the route, tells you the times. Just check it out. Do a little bit of homework. Use it.
Please
Uber,
Google before you show up at Spooky.
Yeah, Uber is very active down there. No one has a problem finding a ride. It's not like you, say, live in Geneva, Florida. You can get an Uber in a matter of minutes, even late into the evening. So again, Uber also your friend.
Yes, please research all of that online before you show up. Don't ask on the Spooky page. They've got enough with their hands full scheduling the show and doing last minute changes and all that. If you can research by yourself, please do it. Look at spookyempire.com. Look through the question and answer section on there. Click around. Spooky does have an app that you can download to your phone. Go to spookyempire.com. It's all there. That will save you a lot of hassle looking through the schedule, checking out the programming, finding out where things are. It's all in the program. It's all in the schedule. So do that. One of the things that was brought up in the chat room, and Sabrina can expound on this. There was another Spooky family member that we did lose this year that I did neglect to Dan. Sabrina, you want to talk about Dan?
Yes, that was Dan Niffen. He had been coming to Spooky for I don't even know how many years. We actually met him at Spooky about 7 years ago. Actually, it was 7 years ago this last Spooky. And he was a good friend of ours that we met through our other friends, Jason and Rob. He lived in down South Florida. He passed away unexpectedly 2-3 months ago now. Yeah, 2 or 3 months ago now. So it's been pretty hard because it was pretty unexpected, and he really loved coming to Spooky. He loved meeting all of the guests that came. He loved going out to the parties. If you look on our Facebook page, you'll see a picture of all of us at one of the parties. I think it was at the Hilton 7 years ago when we first met him, and he just was just a huge ball of fun. He loved Spooky.
Yeah. Yeah. But on that note, you know what? Let's raise our glasses to, I mean, Sid and Matt and Dan, and unfortunately the Spooky family that we have lost this year, which far too many, obviously. I mean, you know, fuck cancer, and you know, we all agree with that. But let's toast to them. Absolutely. And this is just, you know, a great closing note right there. You know, it's not such a somber note, but it's like everything that's been going on with Spooky. We know there's been a lot of division. There's been a lot of drama. And unfortunately, our Spooky family has become a bit splintered over this move. And the particulars don't matter, because when you come down to it, Spooky family is what matters. The people that we met there, the people that we still see there, you know, like I said, why we do all this to begin with. Regardless of someone's opinion or whatever, let's try to remember why we all go to this thing to begin with, and let's just try to keep that together, if nothing else, you know, because you never know when you're going to get another opportunity. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
Yeah, not only that, but you never know if you're going to wake up the next day. So
it's
especially
true.
that.
It's true. And so let's, you know, all the petty squabbles, we need to put that shit aside for that very reason, regardless of what you think about the move or what you think about Spooky staff, blah, 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 the Elvira Funko Pop bullshit. None of that matters. This is the shit that matters. Booze.
Yep.
That's the shit that matters. You know, booze and the big black cock, because it's nice and shiny. It's nice and shiny. But yeah, I think that we should make that the mascot for 2020. Okay. All right. So Robbie, as far as like, you know, closing us out, what would be the message, or, you know, something you want everybody to know before we get this show going on the road?
You know, again, going back to the just remember where we started, and no matter, you know, how long you've been attending or whatever, like you go for a reason. You go because you love the convention, you know, you like the people, you want to support the vendors, you have fun, just enjoy yourself, don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
I just don't be a dick. Yeah, just in general, but also just kind of remember, whether it's your, you know, first time or, you know, 20th time, just while you're there, you know, and enjoy yourself and make friends and keep friends and just, you know, just be fucking happy, man. Life's way too short to
Life is way too fucking short. Yep.
Yeah. So
yeah. Sabrina, what about you and Naked Mike there? Because I saw Naked Mike peek in for a second there.
Oh, he peeked in. I don't know. He disappeared again. He might come out in a second.
Like a leprechaun, you know?
Yes.
Little leprechaun.
Yeah, just enjoy it. Like, don't be an asshole. I don't know what else to say. Don't be an asshole and have a good time and take showers, I guess.
and wash your
I'll spray your ass with some Febreze one way or another.
Oh, please
You're not going to stink.
Yeah, that would be awesome. We just need to bring some fucking Febreze. Hey, Rob, what about you?
Eat more pancakes. They'll put you in a better mood. No one's ever unhappy when they eat pancakes, and really, that's the key to having a great convention. So enjoy your spooky pancakes.
That's some sage ass advice too.
It is. Again, pancakes are happiness. Yeah, you know what? I'll just go have fun. Don't be stupid though.
Define stupid.
There's always a fine line between stupid fun and just stupid. So try to watch yourself. Remember, this is a different beast this year. It needs to be treated just a little bit differently. Until you at least really know your way around downtown Tampa. If you're going to be staying in one hotel, then going over to the West End for the after parties, know that you're going to be walking across a bridge.
Yeah.
Keep stuff like that in mind. So, but just again, like everyone said, enjoy your friends, have a good time, be respectful. Again, like I said, cut the volunteers some slack this year. They're going to be working harder this year than they probably have in a while. I'm making that early prediction because this is a new place, a big place, and I think they will appreciate everyone being just a little more patient.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
also one last thing. Also keep in mind that this October it's all new. It's going to be very stressful for everyone, but I'm sure it's going to run smooth because they have it down. And also keep in mind that in March or in the spring show, not sure if it's March,
April
but
this year,
we're coming
I think,
back to Orlando for the Wyndham. So
Yes.
that's always great.
Yeah, we can
So
totally
that always
tackle that
makes me feel
afterwards,
good
but
that,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
we're coming back home, so
Exactly.
that'll be good.
Yeah. And what we will probably do is after Spooky closes on Sunday, a bunch of us will be getting together and doing a live refresher from the convention, even though we'll be all hungover and everything. So make sure you stay tuned for that. We'll be doing a live video for that and, how things have been at the convention. But basically, if you're just a decent human being and just talk to everybody around you the way you would want to be talked to. The golden rule really does apply, whether it's volunteers, whether it's staff. If you're waiting in line for 3 hours to meet Bruce Campbell, hydrate, have a Luna bar, talk to the people around you. When you just think of it as, okay, how would I want to be treated? Your weekend will go so much better. So keep that in mind. Go into this with an open mind that you're going to meet people that love the same shit you do. You're going to buy a bunch of cool shit. You're going to meet some amazing, amazing guests, and you're going to come away with memories for a lifetime. So try to keep it in a good state of mind where you're not just getting pissed off about petty shit that really, let's face it, isn't going to matter in a month. So that's what we have to say. We're always looking forward to getting together. We're looking forward to meeting you guys. So if you see us at the convention, say hi, buy me something pretty because I can be bribed. And and yeah, so that's about it for this episode. Sorry we've been away so long, but life happens. So anybody want to say goodnight or however this works? I'm always bad at this.
See you guys this weekend. Holy shit.
Okay. Night, guys.
Keep your tank clean, everyone. Good night.